Welcome back to Dylan's Travels. In today's video, we are going to be telling you the top 5 cheapest countries to travel to in the entire world. Now, traveling is fantastic. When you go traveling, you often have a budget, and sometimes the size of your budget can depend on what country you're able to go to. So this video is going to be very useful for those looking to find out what countries they can travel to and explore on a limited budget. Because if you like to go traveling, you don't always want to spend all of your money on flights or the accommodation, because you want to go out and explore the local area. You want to go and have amazing food. So don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and click on that subscribe button down below if you enjoy the video and find it very useful. But without further ado, let's quickly jump in to the top 5 cheapest countries to travel to in the world. Now, coming in at number 5 on the list, we have Albania. Now, Albania is known to be similar in landscape and environment to Greece, with lovely weather, amazing beaches, crystal clear water. And you can get a hostel in Albania for under £8 a day, and that'll be a very nice hostel. And food often costs around $2, which is about £1.50 per dish. And the food you're going to get is going to come with sometimes a lot of extras. Now, if you was a backpacker on a budget, you could probably live for around £27 per day maximum and have a good quality of life out there. And even better news, if you was looking to fly out to Albania and you was very flexible with the dates, I have seen one-way tickets to Albania from London for £17. Now, if you was going on restricted dates, you're more than likely for a whole return trip going to be paying around the £65 mark from London. But with this undiscovered country becoming more and more discovered every year, I wouldn't be surprised if in the near future these prices change. So if you was ever looking for a quick, cheap and amazing trip, Albania seems like the right place to go to in 2022 and onwards over the next few years. Coming in at number 4, we have Vietnam. Now, Vietnam is a very popular country to go traveling to, especially on a gap year. In Vietnam, you can get an apartment with everything you need for around £292 per month, which is insanely cheap. But keep in mind that this will depend on how long you are staying in the country for and whereabouts this is you're staying. So let's move on to the food. Now, there are many international restaurants throughout Vietnam with prices ranging from £3 to £6 per meal. However, high-end restaurants will probably charge between £8 and £16 per meal. So again, the food prices are very, very cheap. You could get a nice meal for two in the cheaper areas for around £6, which is very, very cheap. Now, moving around Vietnam, you can travel to Vietnam's different cities by train, Grab, bus or sleeper bus. Now, the sleeper buses are less expensive, obviously because they can hold an economies of scale principle, and a Grab or a cab in Vietnam, a journey of 10 kilometers will probably cost you around £4.18, but be prepared to be on the back of a scooter or some sort of unconventional taxi device. So again, we can see that if you're looking to travel around Vietnam, the bus prices are very cheap. You could probably get around the country for less than, £30, which is insane. Coming in at number 3, we have Indonesia. Now, many cultural traditions in Indonesia are strongly influenced by religious organizations such as Buddhism, Christianity, Hinduism and Islam and many more, which are all strong in major trading cities. Whether you live in Jakarta or Bali, you can rent a very comfortable house for £437 per month or £218 per person. This depends on your stay, and some hotels in Indonesia charge between £4 and £5 a night, which is insane value. I would save so much money living in Indonesia versus London. Now, when you look at food in Indonesia, on average, a meal in a Western restaurant costs between £2.92 and £8.36. So you can expect to spend around £150 on groceries and food out if you was eating out a lot and buying food during your monthly stay. Moving around Indonesia, in cities like Jakarta or Bali, riding a motorcycle is a far superior mode of transportation. There are thousands of these operating at any given time, transporting tens of thousands of people per day, both local and tourist. Economy bus prices range from £2.78 to £4.45 depending on the region, while a luxury bus ranges from about £8 to £11. Coming in at number 2 for the top 5 cheapest countries to travel to, we have Turkey. Now, I have recently been to Turkey. Please do check out my other itinerary videos and all of that on Turkey. Now, if you want to visit tourist attractions such as museums in Turkey, you should probably budget for about £4 per person. For example, the Galata Tower Museum will cost you around £4.71 per person. And of course, there are some tourist attractions in Turkey that are completely free, like the Hagia Sophia and many other cool places in Istanbul. Now, I would say that to rent a house in Turkey that is 120 meters squared to 150 meters squared, you should budget between £283 to £566 if you was looking to spend a month there, or you can roughly find hostels for about £10 a night, or if you're looking to hire a villa, that will probably cost you about £30 a night for a luxury villa. And that luxury villa is per person split among, 10 people. Now, despite the Turkish lira falling a lot in recent years, Turkey is not 10 times cheaper than the rest of the world. Their currency has fallen, but their prices have subsequently gone up. And roughly in Turkey for food, you can order a van kahvaltı for breakfast in Turkey, and a van Turkish breakfast, which consists of menem, eggs, various types of cheese, cucumbers, tomatoes, and various types of sauces, is very popular in Turkey, and it costs around, I'd say, £4 for £4 to £5 for 2 people, or £2.83 per person with tea included. Now, that is the most you can spend on a breakfast in a restaurant, and we found that relative to the UK, all of the food was very cheap, same for the hostels, but there are some places that, certain restaurants on the popular tourist areas that are charging the same prices as the UK. They are charging, expensive prices for beer, but if you find the right shops in the right area, it is a lot cheaper. Now, moving around Turkey, the vast majority of Turkey's major cities can be reached by bus. And going about on the bus, you can get overnight buses from the north to the south. You'd be looking to spend no more than, £15 on a cross-country bus, maybe even £25 from our experience. Then if you're looking to go for an hour and a half, Istanbul to the centre of one of the cities, the airport to the centre of the cities, that's about an hour and a bit journey. That set me back, I believe, about £2.50. And obviously you can get the metros, you can get ferries, you can get trams, and these all cost around, between £1 and £3. And some of them are really good value for money long term. Coming in at number 1 for the top cheapest country to travel to, it is going to be the Philippines. Now, the Philippines is famous for its beautiful beaches and delectable fruit. Rent varies greatly in the Philippines depending on where you live, but of course, staying in cities, especially Manila, will be far more expensive than staying in the rural areas or the random undiscovered islands. The type of house you want to live in is as important as the location, and renting a house can be between £50 to £60 per month in certain areas, which is crazy affordable. Now, in terms of food, groceries, your cost will be determined by whether you like to eat locally or dine out. For example, 1 litre of milk will cost about £1.30, and a kilogram of cheese will cost around £4.99, with a kilogram of beef costing £5. Now, fruit is obviously in high supply, same for the oranges and all stuff like bananas, so it's a lot cheaper than a lot of other places you will go to. Now, moving around the Philippines, you can get one-way tickets to certain locations and certain destinations for roughly about £1. Now, this is fantastic, and a 1 kilometer taxi ride will cost you approximately 20p if you're driving around the city, and a litre of gasoline will maybe cost just under £1 or around £1. So the Philippines, again, is a fantastic country to visit due to the vast amount of things you can do and the low-cost environment that you're situated in. Hostels, again, you're looking at under £8 per night for a nice hostel. So thank you very much for watching today's video. Please do leave a like and subscribe. And as a disclaimer, over time prices may change and the rates we have quoted today may not be relevant to the future going forward. And always remember that our videos are here as a guide, not as advice. So please do your own research before you go to any of these countries. And thank you to our writer Israt, who compiled all of today's research and script. So without further ado, please leave a like, subscribe, and we'll catch you again soon.
All up in my head, that's how I behave. Passing up the same, waking up the same. All up in my head, that's just how I behave. How I behave. How I behave. How I behave. I don't even know I behave. Passing up the same, waking up the same. All up in my head, that's just how I behave.